This will hands down be the biggest Halloween Horror Nights lineup ever at Universal Studios. I cannot believe that I'm finally able to say this, that officially WWE will be getting their own haunted house at this year's HHN 2025. I feel like it's pretty fitting to be wearing this shirt, this American Nightmare Cody Rhodes shirt. But on top of that, we also have some more exciting news in the fact that Five Nights at Freddy's is also confirmed for a haunted house experience at this year's Halloween Horror Nights. Hello and welcome back, everybody. I am in a new setting. This video is a little bit late because Savannah and I have both been moving into our new place. This is going to be my new setup. Obviously, there will be paintings and stuff like that, or just wall art that you've seen in prior videos before. But right now, I just got my cool little Killer Clowns Tiki mug from Comic-Con. But yeah, welcome back, everybody. My name is Scott. You're watching Exploring Attractions, and if you're new here, please hit that subscribe button with those bell notifications on, and check out all of our social content on Instagram, X, and TikTok. Please help us reach as many followers as we can on those accounts. We're really trying to push out the short form content as well as still doing the long form content. But that's right, everybody. We have some exciting news to share. News that everybody already knows about, but I figured I'd still make a video for you guys to enjoy, sharing my thoughts on WWE's Haunted House at Halloween Horror Nights this year, and my thoughts on Five Nights at Freddy's officially confirmed for a haunted house this year as well at both Universal Studios Hollywood and Universal Studios Florida.
In solitude.
Live the horror you love to watch at Universal Halloween Horror Nights. WWE presents The Horrors of the Wyatt Six.
So there's been rumors about WWE for a while coming to the event, and lots of people thought it was going to go in the Jurassic World location. They then changed it to kind of like a tiki facade, which I kind of anticipated as like more like a swamp, like the Wyatts, where they filmed their various vignettes at. But then the Wyatt Six Twitter account tweeted out a screenshot of a kind of blurry trailer that Horror Nights has been using for all their different IP announcements. So everyone was like, oh my goodness, guys, it is actually going to happen. We are actually going to get WWE at Halloween Horror Nights this year. And sure enough, the Horrors of the Wyatt Six is officially the name for this year's haunted house. Now in Hollywood, this will be located in the Jurassic World location that we have not seen for a while. However, a very, very good location. I'm not too sure if it's confirmed where they're going to put this house for Orlando, but I'm sure someone can let me know down below in the comments section. Now, there's going to be a lot of new people coming to the event, and a lot of people who have been fans of the event for a while who are going to be like, this is not horror. And this is the same thing that happened with the Stranger Things. This is the same thing that happened with The Weeknd. We've seen it all before. People trying to gatekeep horror, essentially. And the creative minds behind Halloween Horror Nights, John Murdy included, have said, let's not put horror in a box. If you're not a fan of this, don't go through it. You don't need to waste your time in the comments section on anybody's social media or content saying this is terrible, this is the worst idea ever. You just don't. If it's not for you, then there's tons of other properties that are for you. And that's why I say that it's potentially the biggest Halloween Horror Nights lineup ever, because there's literally something for everybody. You have the WWE fans, you have the Five Nights at Freddy's fans, you have the Fallout fans, you then have the Terrifier fans, and you have your fun originals scattered in there. So there's literally something for everyone this year. Now with the Horrors of the Wyatt Six, this will actually follow the Wyatt family, the Wyatt Six as they're called, previously known as the Wyatt family when Bray Wyatt was still around. May he rest in peace, but his legacy is going to be carried on throughout this haunted house experience, because the Fiend, which is one of Bray Wyatt's characters, will be making appearances throughout this different experience, which I'm pretty freaking excited about. That we're getting some Fiend Easter eggs in there slash encountering him, and that mask looks absolutely terrifying. But really the main focus will be around the Wyatt Six, where you have these 6 different characters. You have obviously the leader of the group, Uncle Howdy, which in real life he is Bray Wyatt's brother, Ramblin' Rabbit, Mercy the Buzzard, Abby the Witch, and Huskus the Pig. And they will all be waiting to take bloody retribution on a world that has abandoned them. And with the 6th character, if you guys aren't WWE fans, the 6th character is essentially the legacy of Bray Wyatt. Forms the group of the Wyatt Six. Now, if you guys have no idea what I'm talking about right now, you have no idea about wrestling, no idea about anything, I highly encourage you guys to go check out the Bray Wyatt documentary on Peacock. It sums everything up as far as like who his character is very, very well. They pay very great tribute to him. And then also go watch the debut of the Wyatt Six when they came back to the WWE, because that gives you a good idea of exactly who they are and how scary they actually are and how terrifying they are. I can go on and on about WWE. If you guys follow me on X, you know that it's like a partially rant about WWE and partially rant about theme parks. Like it's half and half. Every event I'm always talking about something WWE related. Like I'm so psyched for this. It was probably going to be my most anticipated for sure. And it'll probably be my favorite, to be honest. But we haven't gone through them yet, so we can't say that quite yet. Regardless, though, for those of you guys who are kind of like worried about this, is it going to work? I highly encourage you guys to do some research. WWE is just like a horror movie. You have real life people playing characters. It's the exact same thing, except for this, they're just not in the traditional horror aspect world, and they're wrestling on national TV on a weekly basis.
To watch at Universal Halloween Horror Nights, featuring Five Nights at Freddy's and more.
But yes, we also have the confirmation of Five Nights at Freddy's. So Five Nights at Freddy's was announced a couple months ago. It just said more details are coming soon. We didn't know when those details were coming. We've all been kind of waiting for those details. And yeah, now it's officially confirmed that Five Nights at Freddy's will officially be a haunted house at this year's Halloween Horror Nights. So this will all be based around the first movie, not the sequel that's coming out this year for Blumhouse. It's all going to be based around the first movie that Blumhouse put out in 2023, which is like the best performing movie for Blumhouse, hands down. And they're going to be bringing these creatures to life, including Freddy Fazbear, Chica, Mr. Cupcake, all those different characters. They're going to be partnering with the Jim Henson Company, who also brought to life Xanathar from FanFest Nights, and you guys know how insane that puppet was. That is how they're going to bring to life these different characters from Five Nights at Freddy's, and they're going to look so freaking cool. Like, I cannot wait to see what Jim Henson and Universal cook up with this. Cook up at the pizzeria place, right? I think that this is a huge milestone for Halloween Horror Nights, bringing something new in WWE and bringing something new in Five Nights at Freddy's, in the sense of we haven't seen really stuff like this. We've seen video games brought to life before, but nothing on the scale of Five Nights at Freddy's, to where you're dealing with solely animatronics, and you had to get creative with it. And that's where they're bringing the Jim Henson Company in, and I think they're really going to excel with that. And I think that it's going to be absolutely terrifying, especially since this is going in a soundstage in Hollywood. Like I said, I don't know how confirmed for Orlando yet. It's kind of harder to figure out where the locations are there, unless it's a sprung tents where you can kind of see the facades at. But especially in a soundstage for Hollywood, people have gotten shots of the facade already for Five Nights at Freddy's in Hollywood, and the facade looks incredible. I mean, the fact that we're going to actually get to step foot and start our shift at Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria, man, that's a lot to say. I'm really excited for that. I was always anti Five Nights at Freddy's when people were talking about bringing the video games to Halloween Horror Nights, and then I watched the movie and kind of understood the lore a little bit, and I was like, okay, no, I'm not against it. I'm being transparent here in the fact that I also was like, I'm not really excited about a certain property. But over time, I was like, wow, I really think one year they should bring this to life at the event. And now here we are, and I'm really excited about it. I'm a fan of it. For those of you guys who are expecting this like amazing horror movie, if you're doing your research, don't. It's not a great movie, but it definitely like pays homage to the video games and really tells a story of Five Nights at Freddy's, and will continue on in Five Nights at Freddy's 2. But it's not a good movie, to say the least. I mean, it's an okay movie. It's just not a great movie. But I think that they're listening to the fans' reaction, Blumhouse that is, and they're definitely going to make number 2 very, very good. But yeah, I really cannot wait to see both of these properties brought to life at Universal Studios Halloween Horror Nights in both Florida and at Hollywood. I think that they're going to do phenomenal with them. And I think that at the Midsummer Scream panel, where Mike Aiello and John Murdy will be at, which is in a couple weeks, I think that they're probably really going to dive in to Five Nights at Freddy's and exactly what people can expect. That and maybe Terrifier, like the really big, large fandoms, like I think they're really going to give a lot of the lore for those 2 properties. I mean, hopefully they just spend the entire time on Five Nights at Freddy's, because I think that there's so much teasing that you can do for that. So many different like Easter eggs that they can point out during that panel. Regardless, though, I'm sure they'll share plenty of secrets with us during that Midsummer Scream panel, which is on August 17th in Long Beach, California. There's no official live stream or anything like that, but I'm sure one of your favorite content creators will be live streaming it. But yeah, guys, let us know down below in the comments section what you think of these 2 announcements. I will be creating like an anticipation list once we have everything announced for Hollywood, and I'll be combining it with Orlando, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Make sure you subscribe with those bell notifications on, and leave this video a like if you did enjoy it, and check out all of our social media, Instagram, X, and TikTok down below in the description. My name is Scott. You've been watching Exploring Attractions. Positivity is key, and most importantly, remember to keep exploring. Peace out, everybody.